everyone. My name is Mackenzie. Thank you for being here. This is Gentle Chair Yoga, and we will be moving in our seats for or standing for the next hour together if you choose to be here. All you need for this class is just a nice chair. It can be a dining room chair, you might be in a recliner or something. Kind of a dining room chair works best, just to keep this as a nice steady support, but use what you have. If you have something else at home that is working for you today, that's awesome. You can also have some water with you if you'd like, but yeah, let's get started. All right, so just relaxing back into your chair, you can shake out a little bit. Shake out anything, stretch anywhere that feels good. Just shaking off the day, shaking off anything else anything you don't need in this moment. And making your way back into your seat to just relax and find center. Maybe there's a couple little stretches that want to come through here just as you're settling. And your hands can just relax in your lap, and you can relax back into your seat for these first few moments. And we'll just start with a few letting go breaths. Nice big inhales in through the nose and exhale out through the mouth. Maybe you exhale out with a sigh. And with each of these big exhales, just invite the body to start to soften here. Letting maybe the hips feel a little heavier into your seat. Maybe the legs relax down. Maybe the shoulders drop away from the ears. And then on your next exhales, invite your mind to arrive here with your body. So letting go of anything you don't need from before this class, anything from after, or that may come after. And if your mind is feeling very active this morning, you might invite the mind to follow the breath. The inhale and the exhale. Just allowing it a place to find a focus. And then take a moment here in this stillness to take a scan down through the body from the head all the way to the toes. And just notice any sensations that are present this morning. There might be different feelings that are present here. There might be physical sensations that you're feeling. And allow all of them to be here, not needing to push anything away, not needing to change anything. but just noticing what's present. Scanning all the way down to your toes. And when you make your way down to your toes, begin to deepen your belly deepen your breath into your belly. Big deep inhales right into the belly, right into the lower torso. And let the breath really explore that full space of the lower torso. So maybe you feel the breath press down into the pelvis. Maybe you feel it press into the lower back. Or even the side bodies and the front of the body. And on your next inhale, let that breath start to grow from the belly up to the middle of the lungs. And on your next inhale, let the breath grow from the belly all the way up to the collarbone, and exhale from the collarbone down to the belly. And let that breath continue to expand over the next few breaths. As we move through our practice today, we'll explore what it feels like to find opening. What kind of, is it opening your heart, opening your body in different ways? What does it feel like to expand, and what does it feel like to contract? We have all of these opportunities to find that expansion, whether it's that emotional expansion, feeling really big in a space, or feeling that contraction, feeling really small in a space. And playing with that balance between the two, that like spreading out and that coming in and hugging really close. Noticing how it feels in the body, and noticing how it feels in the physical body and the emotional body. So as you move today, we'll play with these two polarities, I guess. Expansion and contraction. Big and small. Making space or taking up space, and then getting really small in a space. And just notice what it feels like to your body, what feels more comfortable, what feels more uncomfortable. Knowing that if you feel more comfortable or uncomfortable in one or the other, it's not right or wrong. And just notice what comes up as we move. Let's take a full deep breath together. Big inhale through the nose. Exhale out the mouth. Beautiful. On your next inhale, press your feet and your sits bones into the floor. Feel your spine rise up as you root down. Nice and steady. Big deep breath. Maybe the shoulder blades drop away from the ears and you feel the crown of the head press up towards the ceiling. Big deep breath. Beautiful. Take another big inhale here. Let your spine get a little bit longer. And exhale, chin down towards the chest. Let the back round a little bit here. Let the shoulders relax down even more. Wiggle out the jaw. And scrunch and stretch the face. And then nice and slowly start to find a little bit of movement with the head. Maybe side to side, maybe it's up and down today. Maybe your movement changes as you're exploring the space. Remember that there's no obligation to go quickly. And if anything doesn't feel good, like there's pain in any place, please make adjustments for your body. And nice and slowly make your way all the way back to center. Chin comes down towards the chest. Well, the hands come down to the sides. Press firmly into your feet, into your sits bones, and on your inhale, stretch your arms out nice and wide. Lift your chin and find a stretch at the top that feels good to your body. There might be a sigh or a groan or a yawn that comes through as you're moving. This is just a nice waking up the body stretch. Whatever wants to come through. Beautiful. Stretch the hands really, really, really high here. Take a nice big inhale. And then turn the palms out. Exhale. Let the hands slowly drop all the way to the sides. Flip the palms over. Take a nice big inhale. Lifting your arms only to where it feels happy for your shoulders. So if you stop here, that's wonderful. If you stop even lower, that's wonderful. Flip the palms out. Exhale. Bring it down. Nice big sun breaths here. Inhale, lift. And exhale, release. Couple more here. Big inhale. Feel that expansion. Feel the fingertips pulling away from the body. Exhale. Bring it down. Take one more. Bring it just to shoulder height. So out into a T here. Nice big inhale. Stretch wide, exhale, give yourself a big hug, getting a little smaller, and walk the fingers towards the shoulder blades. Lean forward in your chair, just enough that feels good, and find a little movement side to side. Notice which arm is on top here in this Nice little ball that you're creating. And on your next inhale, bring it all the way up through center. Stretch really wide. And exhale, opposite arm on top. Give yourself a big hug. Walk the fingers towards the shoulder blades and lean forward. Find a little movement. So this should feel nice for the back. You might feel it in the low back depending on how far you're leaning forward. You might feel it more in between the shoulder blades. And come all the way back to center. Take a nice big inhale, open up. And exhale, hands come down to the chair. Press the fingers into the chair. Squeeze the shoulder blades and press the chest forward. Full deep breath. One more here. Beautiful. Bring the spine back to neutral and find a little wiggle. Awesome. Come all the way back to center. We'll scooch forward on the chair just a touch. So just so you're off the back of the chair and you can feel your spine nice and tall. Walk the feet a little bit further apart here. All right, hands can come right to the knees. And you can think of this cat-cow today as that expansion and contraction, right? So as you're dipping your chest forward and then opening up, squeezing the shoulder blades, expanding the collarbone. Exhale, curling back. Let the head come down towards the pelvis. Closing off this soft, vulnerable belly here. On your inhale, dipping it forward, opening up. And exhale, sending the spine towards the chair. Continue on your breath. And just notice what feels more comfortable to you. What feels maybe a little too open or too contracted for your body. The next time you come forward, press your hands into your knees, rise up nice and tall, big deep breath. Beautiful. So feet can stay nice and wide here. Your right hand will rest on your right knee. Left hand's going to reach up nice and tall here. Take a big inhale. Again, if this doesn't feel happy for your shoulder, bring it down into cactus arms or even onto your waist, whatever feels the best to you today. Take a nice big inhale, reach up nice and tall, stretching the left side of the body. Exhale, lean it over. So maybe your right elbow slides onto your right knee, stretching over. Take a big inhale, coming back through center. Exhale over to the opposite side, stretching the side body. Beautiful. Come all the way back to center and over once again. Inhale back through. Exhale over. Moving at your own pace. And bring it all the way back over to the right side. Pause here. Big deep breath. Feel that expansion. Even if your arm is low, see if you can press your ribs, your left ribs out a little bit so you feel that stretch along the side body. Big deep breath. One more here. Beautiful. And now you'll find a little rotation. So rotating, twisting the chest down towards the floor. And then opening up, pulling that shoulder blade back and down, maybe twisting the chest towards the ceiling a little bit. Exhale, close it off, twisting down. Inhale, opening back up. Finding that opening, that expansion, and the contraction. Little bit of a twist. Big inhale, come all the way back to neutral. And then bring it all the way back up through center and over to the opposite side. So wherever your arm is, remember you're pressing the ribs away and towards the side wall here. Big deep breath. Nice and long through the right side body. Awesome. And then find that closing off, that twist, twisting turning the chest towards the floor. Inhale, opening up, pulling the shoulder blade back, maybe even bending the arm a little bit into cactus arm. Exhale, twisting towards the floor. Inhale, open up. And back towards the floor. Inhale, open up. One more towards the floor. And then come all the way back to center, finding your side stretch once again. Big inhale here. Full exhale. And then inhale, bring it back up through center. Hands come back to the chair. Take another inhale. Squeeze the shoulder blades. Open the chest, open the collarbone. Full deep breath. Beautiful. Start to release. Come all the way back to center. Walk the hands back to the knees. And find some torso circles here. Easing out the side bodies from that awesome stretch that we just found. I feel like I might have gotten a little taller with that stretch. And find the opposite direction. Beautiful. Come all the way back to center. Nice big deep inhale. Feel the spine lengthen. Exhale, release the shoulder blades, drop them down. Awesome. Keep the feet right where they are. So that's your nice foundation here. And your right hand's going to reach up towards the ceiling, just like we did before. If this doesn't feel great for you, you can bring your hand a little bit lower, maybe even the hand rests on the shoulder here. We just want to open this up a little bit. And you're going to take your fingertips of your left hand and just find a little tap down around the ribs and just along the side of the body here. You might find a little ha breath as well. And it's nice to do right at the bottom of the ribs, right in the lower torso, and even up towards the armpit here. This is all your lymph system down through here. So it kind of helps wake that up a little bit, but it also helps move anything in the lower lungs or around the lungs that would like to be moved. Beautiful. And then bring it all the way back to center. Come over to the opposite side. And you'll lift this elbow up just a little bit and find a little tap right through the armpits here and up and down and around the bottom. Just with the fingertips, nice gentle taps. Maybe you go a little bit further back if that feels good. Just opening up the lungs a little bit more here. Beautiful. Come all the way back to center. Hands drop down to the sides. Take a nice big inhale. Come back to these sun breaths. Opening up. And then palms turn out. Exhale, slowly releasing down. Big inhale, lift. And exhale, release. Nice and soft with the joints. Inhale, opening. And exhale, releasing down. Take one more inhale here. And then exhale, hands come forward this time, all the way down to the knees. walk the feet back together just a little bit. So they're about hips width distance apart. Take a big inhale, lengthen the spine nice and long. Exhale, lean forward, just as far as feels good. So you might be just at a nice 45-degree angle. You might come a little bit further than that. Hands might drop down to the sides. They might stay on your knees. And find a little movement here, just side to side. This is a little modified version of a child's pose to me. Come all the way back to center and take some deep breaths right into the back body. Notice if you can make the skin of the back really stretch out here. And you can even drop the head, chin down towards the chest a little bit more, finding a smaller circle, smaller little ball. One more. On your next inhale, press the hands into the knees, stretch the spine really long, roll the shoulder blades up and back, let the hands come back to the chair, and then press into the chair, squeeze the shoulder blades, open up the heart, lean back just a little, full deep breath. One more here. Awesome, and then walk it forward, come all the way back to your neutral spine. Excellent. You'll bring both of your feet out in front of you, stretch them out, and then point the toes and pull the toes back up. Point and pull back up. You might be able to see, I'm not sure if you can see my toes at all. I'm going to turn sideways for a moment so you can see what it is that I'm doing. Here we go. So point your toes and pull them back up. Excellent. And come all the way back to center. Slide the feet back. And then from here, you'll stay towards the edge of your chair. So see my back is nice and tall here. My feet are going to pull back a little bit more underneath my knees. And I'm going to lift my toes up, or lift my heels up rather, and come onto my toes, and then lower back down. And I'll do that a few times. Keep the breath moving, and try to keep the spine nice and tall, hugging that lower belly in. Excellent. And come all the way back to center. And then lift onto the right toes. The left heel can stay all the way down. And maybe you lift up a little bit higher, pulling the belly in here. Maybe you hold underneath the thigh if that's available to you. Take a nice big inhale here. And full exhale. Awesome. And then you can stretch that leg out nice and long. You don't have to hold it up, but if it feels good to you to hold it, you can here. Full deep breath. And then pull it back in, maybe squeeze it in towards the chest. Good, and stretch it back out. And pull it back in. One more like this. Awesome, bring it all the way down. Opposite side, so your left heel pulls off of the ground. You might hold underneath the thigh here and let the leg lift. See if you can engage that lower belly so that your core is working with you here. Big deep breath. And stretch the leg out nice and long and pull it back in. Stretch it out. Pull it in. Couple more times, big deep breaths. Pull it back in and let it come all the way down. Awesome. Walk the feet a little bit further apart. Turn towards you again. Walk the feet a little bit further apart and let the knees windshield wiper side to side. Excellent. Come all the way back to center. We're gonna find those little finger taps again, and you'll take them right to your collarbone and tap along your collarbone, out to the shoulders, and into the center. And you might tap down the sternum, and then around the bottom of the lungs again, and all the way back up. Beautiful. And then bring the feet a little bit closer together so they're about hips width distance apart. Take a nice big inhale, hands lift up, and exhale, start to lean forward. Hands come down to the knees, stretch the spine long, and lean forward once again. Find a little bit of movement here, maybe a little side to side movement. Come all the way back to center. Big deep breaths right into the back body, full breath. One more. On your inhale, press your hands into your knees, rise up, and then let the arms lift. Big inhale. Exhale, let the palms come all the way down to the sides. Hands come back to the chair. Press into the chair, squeeze the shoulder blades, open up the heart. Big inhale here. And exhale, release back. Hands come down to the sides. Big inhale, lift the hands. Exhale, hands travel down to the knees. Stretch the spine long and fold forward. Little bit of movement. Come all the way back to center. Big inhale, lift halfway. Pull in that lower belly, and then let the hands bring you all the way back up. Exhale, hands come down to the chair. Squeeze the shoulder blades, lean back, open the heart. Come all the way back to center. Big inhale, one more time. Exhale, hands travel down to the knees. Stretch the spine long and lean it forward. Big inhale, halfway up. Hug in that lower belly, and then let the hands travel up with you. Nice tall through the spine. Exhale the hands back to the chair. Squeeze the shoulder blades, open the heart. And then come all the way back to center. Hands drop down to the sides. Big inhale, hands lift. Palms come together at the top. Exhale, come all the way down to the heart. Pause here, full deep breath. And take a moment just to notice how you're feeling. Notice anything that's here, anything that's coming up with your movement today. Knowing that there's no good or bad, right or wrong, no matter what's here, no matter what's showing up. Take another big deep breath. And nice and slowly drop the hands down to the sides. All right, walk the feet a little bit wider. Let the knees fall side to side. Opening up the hips once again. And then coming all the way back to center, we'll find a little hip opener here. So you can sit back in your chair or scoot back just a little bit here. We don't want to be all the way back in the chair, but just enough so you feel nice and steady here. Your right foot is going to stay grounded. Your left ankle might cross over your right ankle. You might stay here and let this knee fall out to the side and open up a little bit. And you might stay here. You might feel good placing your ankle on something, so like a stack of books or a block, even some pillows. It might feel good to you to cross all the way over today. And you can always change your mind. So if you get into one position and it's not feeling great, feel free to change halfway through, right at the beginning, right at the end, whatever feels the best to you. So your toes are going to point towards me, if you're facing me, and your knee will be out to the side. This might be a good hip opener for you. And either way, you'll take a nice big inhale, feel your spine rise up nice and tall. And exhale, you might choose to lean forward towards the leg. Nice straight spine still. And just finding a little softening here. Full deep breaths. And on your next inhale, nice and slowly pressing yourself up nice and tall. If your foot is high on your knee, like mine is, slide the right leg out, slide the left leg all the way down. If it's lower on your ankle, you can help your leg off and find a release. So it might be side to side with the knees, it might be that you're stretching out and rolling around the ankles, or pointing and flexing the toes. Find what feels good to you here. And make your way all the way back to center. So your left foot can stay nice and grounded here. Your right ankle might cross over your left ankle. You might, again, come up on a prop, something that you can put your foot on, or you might bring this ankle across the knee. And both sides might be different. So if one side doesn't match the other, that's okay. Point the toes away from you, or pulling the toes back just a little, just to help protect the knee. And take a nice big inhale, stretch your spine nice and tall. Exhale, lean forward as much as you'd like. And if you lean a little bit too much and you want to come back up, that's okay too. Big deep breaths. Finding this more little protected. In this, we're opening the hip up, but we're also closing down this like vulnerable soft belly. So notice how it's feeling to you. Big deep breaths. And maybe you're finding those breaths right into the back. And on your next inhale, nice and slowly pressing up nice and tall. If your foot is higher, you can slide the left foot out, slide the right foot all the way down, and come all the way back to center and find a little release. Beautiful. And then come all the way back to center. Feet are going to walk a little bit wider here. You'll take your hands down to the sides. Take a nice big inhale, sun breath, as high as your arms would like to go, and exhale, nice and slowly let the palms drop. Big inhale, stretch the spine high and tall. Exhale, release. A couple more like this. Big inhale. And exhale. Inhale, bring it all the way up to the shoulders. And exhale, give yourself a big hug. Walk the fingers towards the shoulder blades as much as you would like and lean forward, breathing into the back. Stretching the places between the shoulder blades. Notice which arm is on top, and coming all the way back to center on your inhale, stretch out, spread the wings, and exhale, opposite arm on top. Give yourself a big hug, walk the fingers towards the shoulder blades, lean forward, find a little movement here. And come all the way back to center. Take another inhale, open up. And exhale, hands drop back to the chair. Squeeze the shoulder blades, open the heart, big full breath. One more here. Beautiful, start to release. Hands come down to the sides, big inhale, hands lift. And exhale, hands travel down to the knees. Big inhale, spine lengthens. Exhale, fold forward. Big deep breath. Maybe you find a little bit of movement here. Coming all the way back to center, press into the knees, rise up nice and tall. Hands drop down to the sides. Big inhale, hands lift. Palms come together, exhale down to heart center. Big full breath here. Notice how you're feeling. Hands drop down to the sides. On your inhale, hands will come just about shoulder height here, and you'll start to twist over to the right side. Right hand comes to the chair, left hand to your right thigh. Take a big inhale, press really tall, and exhale, start to twist deeper. Nice and gentle here. So looking over the right shoulder, full breath. Keep the torso twisted and turn to look over the left shoulder with the head, if it feels good for the neck, kind of wringing out the body here. Turn to look back over the right shoulder. And then inhale your hands back through center. Exhale over to the opposite side. Left hand to the chair, right hand to your left thigh. Big inhale, press tall, and exhale, twist. Keep the torso twisted. And then turn to look over the right shoulder with the head, just as far as the head would like to go. Turn to look back over the left shoulder. And then nice and slowly start to untwist. Bring the hands back down to the sides. Turn the palms up and take a big inhale, hand lift. Exhale, let the hands come down to the sides. Nice and slow. A couple more like this. Big inhale. And exhale. Couple more. Let your palms just float. One more inhale, bring it up. Palms come together and exhale down to heart center. Notice how you're feeling. Back at this neutral state, not necessarily expanded or contracted physically, but maybe you're feeling more open, maybe you're feeling more safe here. Maybe you're feeling like hugged into your chest, and maybe your hands just even turn inward towards your heart. And notice emotionally in the body what you're feeling here. Are you feeling expanded? Are you feeling contracted? Knowing that neither is right or wrong. Whatever it is you're feeling, can that be, maybe that's exactly what you need to be feeling right now. Release the hands back down onto the lap. And then if there's any other movement that your body would feel good doing before you make your way into your relaxation, into your Shavasana, you're welcome to find another movement. If not, you can scoot yourself back into your chair and make yourself nice and comfortable here. Maybe you wiggle in just a little bit, and then just relax your spine back into the chair here. And whenever you make your way into your relaxed position, your Shavasana, you might invite in a few letting go breaths. Some nice big inhales in through the nose and exhale out through the mouth. Maybe exhaling out with a sigh. And if there are little other stretches that want to come through as you're relaxing in, just allow them to come. And with each exhale, feel the body softening in here. Releasing into the supports below you, whether those supports are the floor or the chair. Maybe the eyes close, maybe you just find a nice soft gaze down towards the floor. And let the hips start to sink in. Let the legs release all the way to the toes. Shoulders spread wide, arms heavy. Let the jaw release so the teeth part in the back. Soften the skin around the eyes and the forehead. And let go of any effort with the breath. Begin to deepen your breath. Wiggle the fingers and the toes. And stretch anywhere that would feel really good. Just starting to wake up the body nice and gently. And just leaving the eyes closed or low for the moment. And maybe start to invite in that full deep breath all the way down into the belly once again. And let that breath start to expand up to the collarbone in its own time over the next few breaths. As you make your way into the rest of your day, you might choose to bring our intention with you, noticing the places where you feel expanded and the places where you feel contracted. Knowing that neither of those is good or bad, but just noticing what it feels like when you feel expanded and what it feels like when you feel contracted. And how does it feel in your body? Does it feel comfortable? Does it feel uncomfortable? maybe there's another intention that you'd like to bring with you off of your mat today, and maybe you'd like to leave everything here, and there's no wrong answer. Let's take a full breath together. Big inhale through the nose. Exhale out the mouth. You can bring your palms together at heart center and offer yourself a namaste, honoring the light and the wonderfulness that is you. Namaste. And namaste to you, friends. Thank you so much for practicing with me